Tip 1. Egg and cheese pie. I prepared a large bowl, then added about 100 grams of all-purpose flour and 100 grams of whole wheat flour. I prepared a large bowl, then added about 100 grams of all-purpose flour and 100 grams of whole wheat flour. The oil helps to soften the dough, preventing it from becoming dry and hard, while the salt balances the flavor right from the crust. Next, I gradually added a moderate amount of water and kneaded it with my hands until it formed a smooth, pliable dough that was no longer sticky. Once the dough is ready, I lightly brush a layer of cooking oil on the surface, then cover it with plastic wrap and let it rest for about 10 minutes. This is an important step that helps the gluten in the flour relax, making it easier to roll out, preventing shrinkage, and maintaining good elasticity when shaping. Once the dough had rested, I took it out and divided it into 4 equal parts. Next, I rolled each portion of dough into thin, attractive pieces. Rolling it thinly helps the crust cook more evenly when baked, and also makes it easier to shape and keep the filling inside. Next, I placed each piece of dough on the rim of a small bowl to create a hollow in the middle, like a natural loaf, to hold the filling. At this point, I cracked the eggs into the filling one by one. When baked, the eggs help to give the filling a rich, soft texture and bind the ingredients together. Next, I added chopped red onions. These onions have a slightly pungent taste, but when roasted, they transform into a very distinctive, mild sweetness. Next comes the bell pepper, which adds vibrant color, natural sweetness, and juiciness to the dish. Which country are you watching this video from? Please leave a comment below. It's great that we can connect with each other from all over the world. Next come the tomatoes, which add a slight acidity and balance the richness of the egg. I continued grating the cheese. Finally, I sprinkled some chopped green onions on top to add a light, fresh aroma and prevent the dish from becoming too rich. Then I placed the pan on the stove and added a sufficient amount of cooking oil. Next, I skillfully took another piece of dough and placed it face down on top. Then, gently press and fold the edges together with your hands to keep the filling completely inside. This step prevents the pastry from opening during frying and retains all the moisture and flavor of the filling. Finally, place the pancake in the pan and fry until golden brown on both sides. Note that when putting the pancakes into the hot oil, you must be very careful or you may get burned. To avoid getting burned, use tongs to lift the bowl out. It's great that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. When the crust gradually turns golden brown, slightly crispy on the outside but still soft on the inside, I take the pastry out and place it on a plate. Tip 2. I prepare a pot of water, then add a spoonful of salt. Then add the frozen peas and boil until cooked. I use a fork to test if the beans are tender enough. Then I remove them immediately to preserve their green color and natural sweetness. Then, I put the beans in a bowl and cracked 3 eggs into it. Next, add chopped green onions. Add 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Then mix everything well so that the ingredients are thoroughly combined. Peas have a slightly sweet and nutty flavor, and when combined with eggs, they give the dish a soft texture but still a bouncy feel when eaten. I heated the pan and then added vegetable oil. Then pour the entire mixture into the pan and fry. Once one side has browned slightly, I gently flip it over to cook the other side evenly. Next, I slice the tomatoes into thin slices. Carefully arrange them on top of the pea eggs. The smoked pork belly is also sliced into small pieces. Cover with smoked meat. Finally, I sprinkled a thin layer of cheese on top to make the dish richer and more cohesive. I covered the pot to allow the heat to spread evenly, helping the cheese melt completely and the egg to cook until soft inside. When finished, I plated it, a rich, creamy, and incredibly easy-to-eat fried egg dish, perfect for breakfast or a quick meal. So today I've shared with you some simple egg cooking tips, hoping that your meals will become more varied and appealing every day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Your support is my motivation to continue sharing more interesting, delicious, and healthy recipes every day. See you in the next videos.